What also was unbelievable was this next segment because I laughed so hard at this. They're in catering, and Heath Slater and Eric Rowan are like sitting side by side, and Heath Slater's like eating this out. He's like, "Hey, you know that John Cena open invitational he's got going on? Tonight, I'm gonna enter it. I'm gonna become the new United States champion." Starts eating some salad. "Hey, what dressing you get?" And Eric Rowan's just kind of looking at him like, "Oh my God, my life." And he gets up and he leaves. He's like, "Hey, you just dissed the next United States champion." And then where I lost it, he turns around, and the only reaction he could think to have before his inevitable fate is to gasp.
Yep.
He just gasps, and then he gets hit with the RKO through the table. And he's out. He's out. So then Randy Orton kind of leans over, picks up a thing of food. He eats it, and is kind of doing some mental math in his head. That makes 3. And he walks off. I'm like, oh my God, that gasp. And then the RKO, just really a funny segment. Hit me right in the funny spot there. I was dying. And then, I mean, well, do you have anything else you want to say about this before I continue rolling on with the next segment?
Go ahead.
No, because it gets even better. I mean, the next 3 segments, it's like somebody knew that I consistently watch the product, and they're like, you know what? We've made him endure crap, so let's just give him all this, because Roman Reigns comes out.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not really much in the mood for talking. I want to fight. Now, I like that. I like that Roman Reigns isn't going to cut this long-winded promo. No, this is the Roman Reigns we need to see more consistently. The succinct, I talk with my actions, not with my words kind of Roman Reigns. And he says, he calls Big Show. He says, bring your big ass out here and fight right now. Bo Dallas comes out instead. And he says, Reigns, you're a bust. I mean, really? You're the Tim Tebow of the WWE. You've been given chance after chance after chance after chance, and they've always ended in failure. And he talks about how he failed at WrestleMania and he failed at this. And he says, but I know you can be world champion. All you have to do is Bo leave. But when he says Bo leave, it's like his voice almost cracks or reaches another level. It's like it freaking ascended and it couldn't even handle it. Yeah. It was hilarious. I died. And then Roman Reigns immediately after, oh, fuck off. And he hits the Superman punch. Him out, spears his ass. And then he gets to the point where he says, look, if Big Show had any guts, he would come out here and he'd fight me right now. But this Sunday, I'm bringing the big fight to the big show, and I will be the last man standing. Bullet! And then he looks over at Bo Dallas, sees that he's laid out, and then he says, believe that. I love it. This is the Roman Reigns we freaking need. Like, if he is going to succeed as a babyface, segments like this are what I would want to see him more consistently deliver. And again, it's not all on him. The creative powers that be have got to understand, you know what? He's this intimidating looking dude. He's got a cool look. Let's not let him talk these, long-winded promos. He's not freaking Shakespeare. He's an ass kicker. Let's let him do that. And Bo, seeing him work off anybody, when he did the working off just, I think, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago with Sting, and as he's in the Scorpion, Sting, and he gets dropped. Like, Bo is so perfect in this spot. And, I loved it. I loved everything about this segment. I was thoroughly entertained. And, it's segments like this that keep the hope alive for me that a babyface Roman Reigns can work. So, we'll see. But, man, Chicago, I don't know how they're going to receive that last man standing match this Sunday, but tonight I received that segment very well.
Yeah, this was great. I freaking loved the way that these guys played off each other. Reigns with the silent badass thing. And, Bo is just great improv all the time. I mean, never forget that freaking NXT segment.
Oh, never. Absolutely not. It was one of the best things of television that I think NXT has produced. But I have to give a disclaimer here for this next segment because, as you guys can tell, I've got a lot of energy tonight. This Raw was a lot of fun, especially those segments that I've just been rattling off. This next one, though, I might not make it. So, just fair warning. Because it's Sheamus versus Zack Ryder. And Zack Ryder comes out, and and you know what? I immediately have flashbacks to Zack Ryder's only WWE Championship match, where the belt instantly rings, and Sheamus hits the bro kick. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll see how they do this match. And Sheamus takes the mic, and he's like, before we get started, and he bro kicks Zack Ryder, so it's literally the exact same match all over again.
You probably died watching this live.
I couldn't make it. He just bro kicked his ass right out of relevance. Oh my god. Before we get started, boom! Screw you, I just wrecked your shit. Oh my god. And then I went, dude, it is scary how much of a fan I'm becoming of heel Sheamus. Because it's like, you'd think he'd go for the pin and be done with it, but no, because he just freaking knew that I was enjoying myself, and he's like, I could just go for the pin right now and beat him, just right now. But don't you all think that Zack Ryder deserves more than a 5-second match? And, I mean, where's the fun in that, right? So he proceeds to beat the living crap out of him. This was amazing. This was my nirvana right here. Like, he just did not stop beating on him, takes him in the corner, and just stomps him relentlessly. Sets him up with the top turnbuckle, and he keeps talking all throughout it. That's what made this segment so unique. It's like it was like a match kind of promo thing. He was getting physical while cutting the promo at the same time, and then he takes Zack Ryder to the outside, bro kicks him again, and then gets it back in the ring, and he continues beating Ryder up. He calls Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, and Ryder boy band wannabes. Continues just beating on him there. Goes for a third bro kick, but then Ziggler makes the save. I think he ducked a bro kick that Sheamus wanted to hit on Ziggler, and he hit the zigzag, which causes the DQ. Are you freaking kidding me? And so Zack Ryder wins this match, and Sheamus retreats, and Ziggler actually goes...
No, dude, Sheamus won by DQ.
Oh, you know what? What I'm reading got it wrong. Okay, yeah, Sheamus won by DQ. You're right, because he got attacked. So, I'll take it, yeah, because, Zack Ryder winning. Yeah, that would just put a bad taste in my mouth. But then, Dolph Ziggler walks over to Zack Ryder. Are you okay? No! I don't think he's okay at all. I think he's dead. 2 bro kicks to the face. Oh, my God. Best Raw ever.
Zack and Ziggler, the Z-Pack.
Oh my god, yes.
Someone get one for Zack Ryder. He needs it.
Oh my god, dude, again, just Bo Dallas and Roman Reigns interacting, and then this, it's like, I was in my happy place for those 2 segments. Oh, Zack Ryder, you have been and forever will be utter garbage. Right. After that, we get John Cena coming out, and Ashton, it's all about that America! Because he pretty much
too America-centric.
No, not too much, but he does say that he's going to take the fight to Rusev, he's going to beat Rusev, and that he is going to, hear the words that he hates, and he knows that everybody in attendance says. I like the slight heelish tendencies that Cena exhibits, because he knows how much the crowd hates him. And that's the champ is here, and he talks about how the flag will come down and things like that. So, very confident he's going to beat Rusev. And then he says, we are still going to do the open challenge here tonight, so whoever wants to come down. And it's funny because he makes a reference to, like, the undersized, the underrated, things like that. And then Kane comes out.
Yeah, we're all sitting back here thinking, like, oh, is it going to be Adam Rose? Is it going to be, like all these, like, smaller, unappreciated talents? Is Christian going to come back? But no, it's Kane. He comes out, and you know what? This was kind of one of the worst, I would say the worst match really so far in this US Open Challenge, but it's just because it's such a typical Cena match. He gets beat up for 10 minutes and then comes back with 2 moves.
Yeah, that's pretty much sufficient for a review. Although, allow me to just say this very quickly. I mean, not necessarily in defense of this match, but in defense of this concept, because I know a lot of people were crapping on, oh, well, the credibility of this whole thing is dead already because they had freaking Kane answer it. The fact is, the idea that we're getting a weekly championship match on TV and that championship being the United States title, that's what gives it the credibility, because we've never really had
I mean, it could
nerves
be
in
El
that.
Torito, but as long as El Torito is sandwiched in between two legit contenders, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. I guarantee you on the post Extreme Rules Raw, we're going to go back to these. I'll be very curious to see who answers the call then, and we're just going to keep the ball rolling. I mean, let's just all be excited.
You know it's going to be Bray Wyatt, man.
Oh, man, that would be insanity. But, we should all just be excited, because I sure as hell know I am, that we're getting consistent mid-card championship matches on television. I think that's awesome. And, yeah, I'm not really even going to get into this match, because, Ashton, your review is very sufficient. Although I will say this, and I got to give credit to Ashton for this, very appreciative that Kane didn't kick out of the first AA. Because to your point, it makes Barrett, Ambrose, and I think even Stardust kicked out of one look so much better because of it. So, really great stuff, making that distinction between those old veterans and those young up-and-coming guys. So, after the match, we see Rollins backstage, Danger Security, and they're all laughing at Kane. And then the next segment after that, Renee Young is with The Miz. Miz pretty much says, look, this whole concept, because him and Mizdow are having a match tonight for the rights to The Miz, pretty much is the gimmick, the music, the name, everything. And he says, this is a joke. I'm the only reason Sandow still has a job. Who knows where he'd be if it wasn't for me? And he said, I'm in the Marine Ford. This is my movie. And, he keeps just saying what he's going to do to Miz. But then Renee cuts him off. He says, sorry. Byron Saxton is now backstage with John Cena, and I love Mrs. reaction because it's like, oh, come on!
Yeah.
What an F you to everybody else on the card. I don't really get much promo time. I like to really maximize my minutes to kind of hype up my match, and then John Cena takes precedence. Oh, man.
So good.
Cena doesn't really get to talk much, though, because Rusev lays him out with a steel chain to the back. Oh, by the way, it's worth noting, just to catch everybody up to speed, that in Cena's promo earlier, he did say that the rules of the Russian chain match are pretty much like a bull rope match. You have to touch all four corners to win.
Yeah.
So we know that that's the kind of the structure of the thing. So, yeah.
Think CM Punk versus Umaga, part 2.
Yeah, Samoan strap match. After he lays Cena out with the chain there, he gets him in the accolade. Having the chain, it would have been, I think, better if he had it against the throat, but he did it like across the face, and he pulls it back. And Ashton shared with me some very hilarious pictures that resulted from that. But yeah, Rusev just continues to impose his dominance as we head towards Extreme Rules.
Insert Brazzers logo here.
Oh my god. All right, next, Miz versus Damien Mizdow. And, it's a pretty, decent match. I guess fans are behind Mizdow. But ultimately, the end does come when Summer Rae turns on Mizdow, aligns with the Miz. She rakes Mizdow's eyes. Miz gets the skull-crushing finale. So Miz stays the Miz. And I guess now we can go back to calling Mizdow Sandow, at least for the moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Damien Sandow. Oh, man, for a guy of such high intellect, I really feel like he should have seen that coming. It's not like Summer Rae has, like, a babyface track record or anything. She's always kind of been a heel, so, yeah.
I have 2 things to say about this match.
Okay, man, let's hear it.
First of all, I like that they had The Miz win this because of the fact that you can't take The Miz's identity from him. I mean, as much of a douchebag as he is, like, the only real way to get out of that is if you have him lose, have Mizdow continue being Mizdow for the next however long it takes for Miz to film this movie. And then when Miz comes back, he comes back to the Hallelujah theme song and he starts copying what Sandow used to be until Sandow as Mizdow wants his old identity back and challenges him for an identity match.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the only way I can think of that you can kind of get around having Mizdow win. So rather than doing that, they just went the easy way. Miz wins. Sandow doesn't look any worse for wear because it was a cheating kind of turn, swerve, whatever you want to call it, that cost him the match. Now, the second thing I wanted to say, can I say this, John? Am I
You
allowed
can say
to?
whatever. Yeah, you can say whatever you want. This is
The
Twilio.
WWE pulled it off. They took the hottest baby face that they have made in really since Daniel Bryan, and they completely killed his momentum. Nobody gives a crap about Mizdow anymore.
That's really a shame. And you know what? I'd have to agree, because he still gets a reaction, but it's nothing compared to when this feud had peaked. You know?
It's nothing
And
compared to literally like the week before Wrestle, or even like when he turned at WrestleMania. Like I feel like this entire feud was built up to that WrestleMania moment, and he had that WrestleMania moment, and then he proceeded to not even win the match that he had it in.
right. It's just really such a shame. I'm curious where he goes from here because, I mean, I honestly don't think, as much as I would love it, because, I mean, everybody knew that, at the time it was around and, it was actually getting pushed. It was my dream gimmick. I don't think he's going to revert back to the intellectual savior, but I don't know where he goes from here now that he can't be Mizdow anymore. So we'll have to see if he can find, something that fits him, or maybe he'll just go and be his own actor and his own man and, like, keep, like, an acting gimmick, but just, like, not calling himself Mizdow, just calling himself, I guess, Sandow or something else. I don't know.
By the way, did we bring up the fact that earlier on with the Bo Dallas promo, he got the cheapest form of heat ever?
Well, how?
The Star Wars line?
Oh, yes! He said that the best Star Wars movie was Episode 1. Oh, man.
Man,
Bo
screw
Dallas.
that guy.
I know.
He doesn't even know.
God, he's amazing. But, yeah, good stuff. I mean, I agree with everything you
Probably
said.
didn't even see the original trilogy.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's got to be a comment somewhere. Oh, man. But, yeah, anything else you want to say about Ms. Mizdow?
No, I don't think so.